Welcome to the Badadoom 118 Cobra channel.
Okay, welcome back to the Badadoom channel, and we have something that's a little bit more obscure. At least I'm not seeing a lot of reviews for it. And when I had a chance to buy this, I didn't even notice that it was Valor versus Venom because proportions on these particular figures are not overtly screwed up. So this is a 2004 release. It's like an Arctic pack for G.I. Joe Marvel comic number 2. And so we've got Quinn, Scarlet, and Snake Eyes from that comic. And the comic is included in its reissue here. And so we're not going to go over the comic. A fantastic comic. I'm sure you've all, or most of you have read it. So we won't be going through the comic, but we will be doing an unboxing of this particular comic pack. And we're going to review the figures. So let's get started on taking a look at this a little closer. So you can see that the pack comes with what appears to be one of Quinn's dogs here. I thought at first it came with Snake Eyes, but it looks like it's one of Quinn's many dogs. So I guess they weren't going to give you 8 or 10 of them, but I guess that's kind of cool. It comes with a pet, and everyone likes pets. We've got like an Arctic Commando Snake Eyes. Does not appear to come with a gun. In fact, he doesn't appear to come with much of anything. I assume that this standard G.I. Joe cartoon laser rifle is his, because Quinn appears to come with the Russian style wide barrel sort of muffled machine gun or silenced machine gun, like it's kind of like Fireflies, and an M60, which looks to be a reissue of Roblox gun instead of the one he normally uses. You can see that's Scarlet. It's interestingly has a darker skin tone than Quinn, but it's nevertheless not a bad sculpt. She does not look homely, and I don't know if I was in the back channels of Hasbro if I would have gone with the sparring outfit, kind of like your kid's martial art tournament type style of outfit there. It's a little bit specific for me. I would have rather had her in an Arctic outfit or just something more functional, but that's okay. I can live with that. The sniper rifle is really cool. I like that a lot. Of course, you've got the crossbow as usual. Appears to be a backpack back in here. Does not appear to be any other backpacks, so I've decided to break out a helmet and some backpacks, which I might try on them after. I think Quinn could a backpack to use, and it just seems like something he would have, because who the hell wouldn't have a backpack when they're traveling around with dogs in the Arctic by yourself? Anyway, here is Snake Eyes file card. Your typical E7 Commando Infantry hand-to-hand combat instructor. So I guess I'll read it. People say that ninjas own the night. If that's the case, Snake Eyes owns the whole 24 hours. Anybody who isn't a mouth breather has a reasonable chance of sneaking up behind a sentry in the dark. Snake Eyes can do it at high noon on a gravel path with no cover. A qualified expert with all NATO and former Warsaw Pact small arms, he is a proficient in 12 martial arts systems and a master of the same ninja clan, Rashikage, that produced Storm Shadow. His one known hobby is collecting spike-handled trench knives. At one time, Snake Eyes and Cobra Ninja Storm Shadow were sword brothers, but circumstances forced them apart and led Storm Shadow down the evil road to Cobra. Although others see them as bitter foes, Snake Eyes looks at Cobra Ninja and sees only the best friend he ever had. So he dreads the day they have to draw swords against him in earnest. Okay, Tracker Quinn, mercenary, also known as real name Jesse Quinn. He is a freelance special ops enforcer and a tracker. He's from Alaska. Quinn is a mysterious mystic mercenary who had at one time worked for Cobra, but eventually ended up siding with G.I. Joe. He's an expert tracker, hunter, and woodsman who can speak 8 languages, including 3 Inuit dialects. Although unerringly accurate with pistol, long-range rifle, and harpoon, his weapon of choice is the belt-fed, air-cooled 30 caliber machine gun. A man of deep convictions, Quinn holds strictly to a code of honor that makes his word a sacred bond. He never lies. He never goes back on a deal. In the end, it was his adherence to his personal code that led to his downfall at the hands of a venomous Cobra scientist. That would be Dr. Venom. Although Quinn had the Doctor in his power, he overcame the dark urges that he called the voice of the weasel spirit and let the evil Doctor go rather than become that which he despised. And there's a slogan here: break your word and you are a traitor not only to others but also yourself. Shanna M. O'Hara, counterintelligence, classified secondary specialty from Atlanta, Georgia. The U.S. military relies on special agents to gather information about plans of its enemies. These agents put their lives on the line to find and bring back this important knowledge. One of these agents is Scarlett. She started her counterintelligence work by analyzing evidence, setting up surveillance equipment, and preparing reports. After she proved her ability in small missions, she began to conduct field operations. Much of her job is finding and verifying information, but that's dangerous work when you're dealing with sources that are part of the evil Cobra organization. Then the quote: people ask me what it takes to be a good agent. I say integrity, courage, and intelligence. Okay, so that is the talented love interest of Snake Eyes. Yes, I'm a comic book guy. Scarlett. Let's take a closer look here. Okay, I'm assuming that's Snake Eyes' backpack. So that's not going to hold any swords that I'm going to give him as an extra weapon that don't come with this. So that's pretty cool. Let's take these characters out. You can see that there's limited usage for this black belt sparring outfit. I do really like that. Sniper rifle. Whoops, there goes Snake Eyes. Needlessly difficult to get this out. Yikes. I really like this. I guess one dog is better than none. I guess there's going to be no way to store half of these weapons because they won't fit on any backpacks. Yeah, nobody came with a sword. So the dog is... again, it appears to be Quinn's dog from his dog sled team. Pretty decent looking skull. Pretty cool looking dog. It's quite solid. I guess that tail is maybe as usual the first thing that would go. That's nothing moves. So that's looking pretty good. Okay, so that's a look at the dog. It's pretty hard to see. It's a little bit dark. Here is Scarlett's decent face sculpt. Okay. Now what I'm noticing about this is she, for whatever reason, has a propensity to, so unlike some of the other figures later in the line, at least her crotch isn't going to blow open. So that moves around. But she, due to her rather padded buttocks, she doesn't really want to keep her leg back. You see that? Wants to go forward. That's definitely not ideal. So I'll show you. She wants to like hunch over, so I have to bend her knees. That's not high quality at all. I'm not sure if that's indicative of the Valor versus Venom line. I have a few others which I'm kind of lukewarm on, but they can stand up without bending over. Insert joke there. I do like the black belt element here. But yeah, I think that's pretty weird. Either maybe it's just I have to watch. Just I'm not gonna waste too much time on this, but this is a thing. See if she, I mean, she does the swivel arm, and it bends at the elbows, bends at the knees, 90-degree angle. So already she doesn't have the diaper crotch, which is great, despite looking like she's wearing a diaper. I guess it was just the O-ring maybe in here that, I mean, it is a 20-year-old ring, so maybe that's contributing to this. I mean, I certainly didn't buy this for her, because I will be reviewing this at some point, which I quite like actually, perhaps more. It's a little bit more of a functional outfit. Looks good. They both have kind of small heads. It's okay though. They're both kind of, they're not fugly like the original. Although I would love to have the original, I don't own it. So I'm not saying it's better, but definitely like this look. So yeah, I'll just keep that as a reference point here. I definitely like Scarlet. That's my second Scarlet. I don't, again, own the original. Put that off to the side here. This did not come with any stands. Okay, so I really like the feel of this. This, I can't comment on the sculpt. I don't recognize, some people are really good at recognizing sculpts that are reused. I don't notice anything here. Maybe the helmet is the same, kind of looks the same. It doesn't move up and down. Scarlet does, unless I just snapped her neck. So that's interesting. Scarlet moves a little bit left and right. The hair's in the way. So it's pretty different. And Snake Eyes does move left and right. But because that helmet looks, that head looks like it's a reused sculpt from the original, perhaps. Or not, I don't know. Someone can tell me. It doesn't move up and down, which lends more credence to that statement. I do think this is, I have to say I do like this. I'm guessing that the black backpack comes with him, which is also pretty awesome. So I'm definitely digging this. If this is the best Valor versus Venom figure I've ever seen. I've got Beachhead, I've got Alpine, I've got I think a Snake Eyes and a Storm Shadow. This is my third Snake Eyes. I've got the version 2 complete. This particular Snake Eyes is probably the best one. Excuse me, the best Valor versus Venom, not the best Snake Eyes. Obviously, it's probably fourth, maybe. I definitely think the first version with the 1.5 is probably my, because of the cabin Marvel issue with Firefly and Destro, it's probably my favorite one. And the Ninja Snake Eyes version 2 is probably my second favorite. Maybe it's a close tie between this one and version 3, although I would think most people, including myself, would probably give the edge to version 3, which I have only in the 25th anniversary set. So I don't know, maybe there's a better version, fourth place out there, but this is a pretty cool Arctic version. I like it a lot, and I'm pretty pleased with that purchase. It was definitely a big factor. Certainly better than the Scarlet, I would say. Moving right along, and thankfully Quinn looks awesome. Here we are looking at Quinn, and you can see that he does look pretty awesome in my opinion. Now, one thing that you're probably going to notice that you probably won't like, certainly I don't like it, is for the most part, Quinn is smaller than Snake Eyes. And Snake Eyes, I've always thought of as being average height. Now, he's taller than Scarlet, which is good. But Snake Eyes is a pretty big guy here. And Snake Eyes should not be better than the mighty Quinn, who is a very large individual. Quinn should be probably a head taller than Snake Eyes, and so that's quite disappointing. I do like everything else though. He's maybe a little pale, at least compared to his image. Kind of an interesting looking chap in the image here. I'm just going to see him behind there. You can see that he doesn't have the 30 caliber machine gun. He comes with a Roadblock reissue 50 caliber machine gun. No one's really ever complained about a 50 cal in their life, I'm sure. Like, everybody likes a good 50 cal. But no backpack. Oh, comes with the dog. Now there's this gun. I have to check the comic again. I can't remember who's using the sniper rifle and like what context. It certainly isn't Scarlet in their sparring uniform. And so, just looking a little closer at Quinn, his head doesn't. Oh, look at that! I'm wrong. Oh, the necklace is actually. So you can actually take this necklace off. It looks really delicate. Wow. But you can take it off, which is really awesome, because if you remember, that necklace had some kind of mystical significance. It is really, really flimsy looking, but hey, at least it's something, and it comes off, which is really cool. The head moves to the right and left. He's got the typical O-ring. You see, he's not super skinny. He should probably be maybe a little more muscular. I mean, the guy's a beast, let's face it. He's like a major tough guy. Ethical, tough guy. I like the gun belt. That's a great look. Everything's pretty awesome. Except for the size, they could have scaled him up. I would have done without the dog, to be honest with you, to take a bigger Quinn with the correct machine gun. And I do like everything else about it, though. Now, I have decided to. I don't know if I should give this backpack to Quinn instead of Snake Eyes, but I have this brown backpack which I'm sort of going to shoehorn into this. So, oh well, I decide that. It's got a shovel. I forget whose that is. It's from one of the weapons packs, as you know. But I've decided that I'm going to. Oh, isn't that interesting? So this helmet will not fit on him. So I don't know if I can give him a helmet. You think he would have some kind of helmet, given that he is, well, I mean, some kind of headgear. And normally you would wear headgear in like Arctic weather. You can see that looks pretty goofy. I'm not going to shoehorn that one on him. I'm not going to bother with the helmet right now. Maybe I'll think about that later. But I do have the, I'll give him that backpack, and he's got the 50 cal. He's got the typical range of motion. He's not overtly skinny. Everything else looks great about him. I mean, it looks like a great figure. Quite like it, actually. And these two were definitely the reason why I bought it. It gives you an idea. That is the 2004 issue 2 comic Arctic pack. Really, I think it's worth the money. If everything was this quality, it would probably be a bit of a ripoff. She's okay. I mean, sort of a throw-in, but I definitely like it for the Snake Eyes, which just feels like higher quality, and the Quinn is a nice addition, and will probably make an appearance in one of my movies soon here. Gee, that sure appears to be a sculpt of Order. Sure looks to be the same, doesn't it? So, this has been a Bada-Doom 118 Cobra review of the Valor vs. Venom 2004 issue 2 G.I. Joe Real American Hero Marvel comic action figure release. I would actually recommend it for the right price. I probably overpaid a little bit for it. It does appear to be fairly rare. There's no reviews of it that I could see. So just remembering that Scarlet is pretty mediocre. And the face sculpt is fine. I don't mind it. I like it. But everything else is kind of... Okay, so that is a review of Scarlet, Quinn, and Snake Eyes. Take care, everyone, and we'll hopefully run into you or talk to you at some point.
To the Bada-Doom 118 Cobra channel.